I got news for you, Sal. I hope you're not fragile today because you were a little fragile yesterday. It is the Wilpon. It's the Wilpon Mets all over. I mean, we could sit here and joke. The Mets are back to the Wilpons. There's no difference.
You're saying the BC Mets before Cohen, as I used to refer to them as. Look, here's the thing, BT. You can poke fun, and you and Jerry could make your jokes during the break here, and you could say about Severino, who's throwing batting practice, and a Yankee cast-off, or Mr. Wendell, who's coming in and going to be a utility guy for the Mets. Here's what I know, and I feel this deep at my core. Have your fun now, because I, along with my fellow Met fans, will have the last laugh. Because I believe in Steve. These moves are insignificant. This is nothing. This is just, okay, we need a guy who would fill out the rotation, take a flyer. Steve Cohen could throw away $13 million. Maybe other teams can't. Get Joey Wendell, a little bit of a gamer, pro. He's going to be a bench bat. It's an upgrade over what they had. Severino, an upgrade at the back of that rotation. Wendell, an upgrade over Luis Guillorme, who doesn't belong in the major leagues, on the bench. The big fish are still yet to come. Yamamoto is going to be a Met, and then some. You read the Post, how the Mets are going full bore after Yamamoto, where we talked about that. We knew that was going to be the case. And also the quote was, they don't think the Mets have the stomach to sit it out 2 years. That's because King Cohen will not sit back and settle for anything less than the best. The Mets will take over this town, BT. Mark my words.
Ooh,
yeah. What the Yankees
scared.
do? They're exchanging
I'll tell you what they're
names.
doing.
Yeah.
They're in the middle of laying the groundwork to get that 25-year-old transcendent generational hitter that I just referenced that for some crazy reason, some stupid reason you guys aren't even calling about. You know what I find funny? Now, listen.
Because the Mets know. See, you're thinking along with like just seeing what's in front of you as opposed to thinking a little bit deeper. Why wouldn't the Mets be involved for Juan Soto? Why do you think that they wouldn't be involved for Juan Soto?
I know why you think that they wouldn't be, but I think it's faulty. I'll tell you what I think that you think. And what the Mets probably think, which also is faulty. The Mets are not involved in Juan Soto right now because they think that they could just buy him.
No, they
during
know.
the after free agency.
They know. Money talks. Scott Boras is not. He's not going to sign an extension. The Yankees are going to go out there.
Boy.
First of all, the Yankees think that they could get him without giving up top prospects. Well, guess again. I mean, you're going to have to give up something to get him. So let's say the Yankees do all of a sudden reverse course here and actually make a trade that involves giving up something to get something, because that's not the Yankee way. The Yankee way has been, you know what? Yeah, we'll take him if you're going to give us to him, and that's not going to happen here with Juan Soto. Let's just say the Yankees get him. He's not going to sign an extension, meaning King Cohen will go out there and buy him if, in fact, he doesn't want to trade for him, which I'm not so sure that that's going to be the case. Maybe he gets itchy. Maybe he says, you know what? I do want Juan Soto. I am going to get involved in this, and I am going to go after him and trade whatever prospects.
What the hell's he waiting for?
You better be careful, because King Cohen still rules. He's got the deep pockets.
King Cohen rules what?
Which owner's afraid of the luxury tax threshold?
Okay, but which owner just dismantled his roster and won 75 games last year?
The Yankees
King
won
Cohen,
82. He dismantled the roster and still won 75. Yeah. The Yankees, they tried and they won 82.
Well, all right, so here's what I find interesting. BT and Sal on the fan, by the way. I couldn't wait to come in. I saw this Severino stuff. I said, Sal, he's got to be percolating. Then I see the Wendell stuff. Now, listen, they're going to make a move for Yamamoto. I don't think they'll get him, but I know that they're going to try to make the move. See, and you did this, and then you quickly transitioned, and it was a very stealth move, but I got to bring you back to this because I know you by now. So you say, Wendell the gamer, Severino worth the flyer, reclamation project, fantastic. Right now, Severino is your third starter. Do you want Severino pitching against the Braves?
No.
Do you want Severino pitching in Philadelphia in that bandbox with an ERA of 7, with a fastball that doesn't move, with a guy who is paralyzed to throw a strike? Do you want Wendell digging in against the Braves bullpen at a high leverage? The answers are obviously no to these questions I'm throwing at you, which means until the Mets actually do something good, they are going to stink this year.
What, so every move's got to be a home run right out of the gate?
No,
I mean, the winter meetings haven't even started yet.
I'm not saying that.
Yeah, but you're making it like this is all they're going to do. You said your words, Wilpon Mets. I like to refer to them as the BC Mets before Cohen, but whatever it is, you think that, you truly believe that we're in the same spot? Because I believe in Steve. I believe he's going to go out there and get Yamamoto. They got more money than the Dodgers. They've got more money than the Yankees. Or let me rephrase that. They're willing to actually spend not even there. King Cohen is willing to actually spend more than the Dodgers, than the Yankees, than the Bravos. You name it, he's willing to go all in for what he wants. And he's going to get Yamamoto, and he's going to get more. If not now, it'll happen next year. I believe in Steve, and you could look at this on the surface and say, wow, what are the Mets doing? Bargain bin shopping? What happened to the gourmet section? This is back to the BC Mets, the Wilpon Mets. Bull crap. The New York Mets, led by King Cohen, will be the premier team in this town. If not this year, then next year.
Oh, man, I'll give you points for trying. I know that you believe this, but you sound like a lunatic. 877-337-6666. BT and Sal here on The Fan. Good morning, everybody. We got you, obviously, for a couple of hours. A lot of baseball Rogers stuff coming up at 11 inside of our Town Fair Tire studio. Friends at Town Fair remind you that you always get the guarantee lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Before we get these calls, one thing that doesn't apply to everybody, but generally, the louder one gets, the less confident they are. It's like, let me yell and let me, kind of change the narrative verbally to, throw everybody off set. I think that deep down, you are as rattled at your core as a Mets fan since the day that the announcement was made that Cohen has bought the Mets. You are a shaken Mets fan right now. You are fragile. Those knees are getting a little wobbly. You can tell me King Cohen all you want. You just brought in Severino.
Who'd the Yankees bring in? Did I miss something?
Nothing happened yet.
Okay, let me tone it down for you, just so you could make it clear and hear this. Okay, is everybody ready? This is not me yelling. This is Sal Licata on The Fan, BT and Sal Show. I believe in Steve. I believe King Cohen is going to have the Mets as the premier team in this town.
I laugh every
starting
time you
with
say
this year.
that.
And then next year.
Starting this year.
And then the year after, because he's got deep pockets and he's not afraid to spend the money. Unlike Hal and the Yankees and Cashman, who have been reluctant to spend big, and they've talked about the luxury tax threshold. They've been reluctant to give up top prospects as far as getting the top players in trade. Right now, it's all talky. I need to see action. With King Cohen, I'm going to see action. I know it. We've seen it before.
Action. We want action. ACT.
There you go. I didn't yell. I just said it calmly.
I got you.
King Cohen will rule New York.
All right.
Still waiting for the Yankees to make it.
Well, you know what's crazy? BT and Sal, 877-337-6666. Let's get it. I mean, what do you think? Obviously, you're a Mets fan. Now, you could still think that Yamamoto's coming. At this point, I don't, okay? But you have to have reaction to these signings and at least the perception that there's a couple of Band-Aids to fix a roster that needs an overhaul in a lot of ways. I mean, you don't have a ton. You don't. And the first two moves you made this offseason are
stealing away a potential ace. Stealing away a potential ace.
Potential ace.
Well, was he not? Was Severino not an ace?
He's been above. Listen, I'm not here to disparage, but he was an absolute stiff last year.
He was throwing BP last year.
It was terrified to throw strikes.
Give me the starter out there that you could get for 1 year, $13 million that has the potential of Luis Severino.
Okay, name the team that if Severino was good would allow him to leave. That's the point. Oh. He's not good.
I mean, the Yankees apparently have other moves that they want to make, right? I mean, let's see what they can do.
You know what I find interesting? And again, this will get resolved at some point, and this journey is going to be fun as we navigate this eventual solution and the facelift for both of these teams. Now, Sal, as a Met fan, never thought that the Yankees would open up their pockets this winter. Okay.
Still haven't, FYI.
True.
And by the way,
I got that.
And the reason why I say that is because they have talked about the luxury tax threshold.
Understood. I'm not saying you're pulling out of nowhere.
Right.
No, I get you. And by the way, that's probably the logical take based on the last 6-7 years and all the things that they've said and intimated based on their reluctance to get rid of Hicks and eat Donaldson's money. I'm not saying you're wrong. You will be, but you're not wrong yet. So Sal thinks that the Yankees will not spend feverishly, and that the Mets will go nuts because it's King Cohen. So I, as a Yankee fan, believe that Cohen's going to spend. I've always thought that. And that the Yankees will spend and will reverse this recent trend. I'm actually starting to go the other way with your team. But you need to start going the other way with my team.
Until I see it.
The Yankees are connected to everybody. Do you really think that they have an empty offseason?
Yes.
Do you think they get Juan Soto?
No, I don't.
Do you think they get Bellinger?
Yes, Bellinger.
Do you think they get Yamamoto?
No.
Okay, so you think that they get 1 out of 3?
Yeah. Out of those three, yeah.
Out of those three, right? Do you think? Okay,
maybe Cash want to make one of those genius trades again. You know, like Donaldson or IKF. He's
or
always
Wendell,
good for
somebody
one of
like that.
Or Montas.
Listen,
Yeah.
Montas.
Yeah.
I'm not here to defend Brian
Right.
Cashman. I just think that it's funny where the Yankees have been positioned as, tight and cheap and uber aware of the financial barriers that they climb and the tax and the penalties and what's punitive and what's not. And the Mets have been positioned as these freewheeling and dealing drunken sailors spending, yet you bought a D plus pitcher and a C minus whatever.
Right.
That's how it started.
As filler.
Nice filler.
They're getting
okay.
the back stuff out of the way first before they do the heavy lifting.
Kind of the Christmas stockings before you actually go for the big gifts.
Exactly right, BT. I love
Just
that
remember,
analogy.
sometimes cold does come. Just remember that, buddy.
Yeah, okay.
877-337-6660. It doesn't feel different from a Mets point of view. I'm sorry. And I'm not here to laugh because the Yankees haven't done
Seems
anything
like you
yet.
are.
Well, I mean, I'm having a little fun with you. And I do take a little pleasure in this. But
do you believe in Steve or no?
not as much as I did. I have no problem saying that.
Well, I
no.
do. We'll see.
Stevie, pardon me, Vinny is in, I'd love for Steve to call in. Vinny's in Brick, New Jersey. What's going on, Vin? BT and Sal, how are you?
What's going on?
Hello,
Sal, I
Vinny.
can't stand what you're saying right now. You keep saying King Cohen. What has the guy done?
Nothing.
He brought you Scherzer. He brought you Verlander. They're bums. They're gone.
Right,
you
they're
got
bums.
nothing.
You
You don't win. You never win. All right, you bunch of Met fans are going to hear you all year. You're like the Jets fans with Rodgers. How long that lasts? 2 weeks? Like this is unreal. I mean, what is he going to do? What is Cohen going to do? Buy you a win?
Yeah.
You guys never, ever
Let me
have more
explain
wins than
something.
the Yankees.
Let me explain
You ain't
something.
nothing.
No, they did. Actually,
nothing,
they had
he
more
says.
wins than the Yankees 2 years ago.
Well, 2 years ago, that's great. When's the last time they made
No,
the
you just
playoffs?
said never. You said the Mets never have more wins than the Yankees, and I just said they did 2 years
King
ago. So you're
Cohen's
wrong.
all you say.
Hey,
King Cohen has done
Vinny,
nothing.
Vinny, hold on a second. You said he did nothing, but did he pay Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander to come here?
Who cares? What'd they do for you?
You said, well, they won 101 games 1 year, and then he paid them to go away. So when you say he did
Yo, you're hilarious. Severino. Severino's
Vinny,
your savior
Vinny,
now? Like,
Vinny, how about this?
Wendell?
No, they're not saviors. Vinny, do me a favor.
Who's going to
This
have
is for
more
your own
wins
good.
this year? The Mets or the Yankees? Who's going to have more wins
I don't
this
know.
year?
I'm not
Yankees,
Nostradamus.
I'll say
I don't know.
Yankees.
Vinny, do me a favor.
100%.
Right, 100%. Right, okay. The big bad 82 win Yankees last year. Vinny, do me a favor. Shut your mouth and listen for a second. You're going to educate it. No, I mean, I'm going to educate you. You said Steve Cohen did nothing. He had the highest
Nothing.
payroll. Right. He had the highest payroll in the history of the sport. Is that nothing
Who
to you?
cares?
Well, what are you talking about? Who cares? That's something.
If you're not winning, who cares?
Oh, the Yankees
You have
win.
money,
Okay,
big deal.
Vinny, I'll ask you something else. When was the last time a New York team played in the World Series? Do you know the answer?
2000.
No, you idiot. Get lost.
He did pick a good year to me. He missed
Hit
it.
the bong again, you moron.
He missed it by 15
Get
years,
lost.
but he picked a good
2000.
year.
No, let me educate you. See, this is why you got to shut your mouth and listen.
Oh, jeez.
It was 2015. Do you know which team? It was the New York
Royals.
Mets. Yeah, it was
the Mets, too. That's right. Oh, who won, though?
New York team, I said.
Oh, I got you. Who won, though?
The last time the Yankees won was 2009. So you want to talk about, he did nothing, bro. He did nothing, man. He's done nothing. No, that's the uneducated response. He has done a lot in a few years, and he will continue to do even more. Now, you want to talk about BT winning a World Series? That's all we're going to go by? Sure. Okay, well, it's got to happen.
No,
Obviously, it's gotta
I didn't
happen.
bring up the World Series.
No, I'm just saying in
I
general.
got you.
Okay.
And listen, Vinny's having fun. Some of the things he
He's
said
an
were
idiot.
ridiculous. He's on point with some of it. He's an idiot.
What was he on
I don't
point
think
with?
he's an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I do.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Here's where I think Vinny's right. When I say to you, what has Steve Cohen truly done? The answer is nothing substantive. It's just not.
He's been here 3
We can
years.
sit here and yell and come up with cute monikers, King Cohen. It's fun and it's great. I get
but
it.
when you say
what has he done?
No. What has he won?
Well,
is
he's
a
won
better-
nothing.
Okay,
first of all,
right. But what has he done? Is he's
But he's done nothing. If you don't win, you've done nothing.
How could? That's
No, wait,
not-
so hold on.
So,
So-
then the Yankees haven't done anything
Wait,
since
hold on.
2009.
Hold on. So I agree. I'm
Oh,
not,
okay,
I'm
so
not
they've done
defending the
nothing
Yankees
since 2009.
blindly.
So then stop talking about the 100 wins and the consistent
I'm not.
success they haven't won.
I'm
They
not
won since
bringing that up.
2009.
So
Okay.
in all those years that James Dolan was spending all that money, but the Knicks sucked ass because Isaiah Thomas was awful, James Dolan was actually doing a good job. Just because you spend money doesn't mean anything.
Yes,
You
it
gotta
does.
win.
Yes, it does. You don't understand. Before Cohen, were the Mets involved in any of the big names that were available? If Steve Cohen were the owner, would the Mets be involved in Yamamoto? Would the Mets
I
be
mean,
involved?
they got Johan Santana. They got
How
Carlos
long are you going to go
Beltran.
back? You're going to go back before now?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to go back to Doug
Yeah.
Flynn, the
Yeah.
1977 trade with Seaver, but I'll go back to the mid-2000s.
Right.
I mean, it's not like the Wilpons were horrendous.
Right, but you're going back to 2008 now, and I know why you're going back to that time frame, 2008, 2007, 2009, because that's the last time the Yankees won a World Series, so I get it. For you, it's relevant, but I'm talking about recently. Like, within the last, 10 years, the Mets, before Cohen got there, weren't big-time players. Now they are.
But are they, though? They just signed Severino and Wendell. Big-time players for whom? You better hope they get Yamamoto.
You're making like they don't... these are not the big moves. These are insignificant ancillary moves.
Fair enough. I do believe in reinforcements and roster construction. Gotcha. But there's only so many roster slots. Like, Alonso's under contract. McNeil, Lindor. Mm-hmm. You got the kids, Beatty, Alvarez. You got Marte still. You got Nimmo. You just brought in Wendell. There's only so many slots.
Right.
So who else are they bringing in without getting rid of people?
Well, Yamamoto's coming. By the way,
he better come.
We're not even.
If he's not on the team, the Mets are a 74, 75 win team.
It's not even
they
December.
Just are.
It's not even December, and you're making it like it's a final roster.
No, it is December.
Here.
Isn't today December 1st? Is it?
No, it's November 30th.
So you have one more day to change the narrative.
Well, whatever. Even when it gets to even if it gets to December, guess what I'm going to say? When we strike tomorrow, I'll say it's December. It's not March. It's not April. It's December. You can go on the fence or on your side and say you don't believe in Steve. You're going to be proven dead wrong. I believe in him so much that I'm putting my precious name and my word on the line.
I don't want you to be wrong because I don't want you to be that wrong.
The proof is in the pudding.
What proof?
He went and got...
They were terrible. They fired Buck. They didn't get the manager everybody wanted.
The results,
where is the proof that I'm missing?
The results may vary. He went out there and got Max Scherzer. He went out there and got Justin Verlander. Those are big boy moves. That's big-time franchise moves. Did it work out the way that they'd hoped? No. And guess what? He then pivoted and paid those guys to go away to buy prospects to expedite the rebuilding process.
So I'm going to give him
he hired one of the best young minds, according to everybody in baseball.
I love the Stearns hire.
Okay.
I like that.
So what has he done? What has he done?
Well, he hasn't won, which is what it's all about.
Okay.
We're going to have a banner hanging next to the 73 pennant, the 69 championship, and the 86, and Kuzman and Keith and Seaver and Jackie Robinson put up a pennant. Cohen tried. Because he's done nothing.
It's been 3 years, bro.
It's been 4.
Yeah. No,
Cohen's been here. When did Cohen take over the team?
Didn't he take over in 2020?
He's been here. Been here a couple years, man.
This is the 4th offseason.
Okay, and they're going backwards hard.
How? How are they going
backwards hard?
Because
they sucked last year, and I don't know. I don't think they're doing much this year.
Yeah. But yet you sit here with the same...
I'm not bringing up the Yankees. You are.
No. You think, based on nothing, that the Yankees, who won 82 games... Talk about going backwards. When was the last time the Yankees won 82 games? Talk about going backwards.
It's a long time ago.
Yeah,
I mean, it's...
And yet you think that the Yankees all of a sudden, based on what? I have no idea, that they're going all in this year. And they're going to get Soto, and they're going to get Yamamoto, and this guy and that guy. Based off of what? They're going backwards. They kept the same guys that have failed year after year after year after year. They kept the same guys in place. They won 82 games a year ago. They keep talking about the luxury tax threshold, and they have yet to make a move. And yet you're knocking the Mets for getting Severino and Wendell, who are bit parts.
877-337-6666. All right, let's get these calls. We laid it out for you. Mets doing some little things. Yankees, nothing yet, but apparently in the weeds, ready to pounce for something big. We'll see.